And just a follow-up question, Your Worship.
Yep,
Thank you.
Councillor Meyer.
So the other one we approved, and I apologize that I did not go back and read those minutes, was the fence as well increased from a 1 meter to 2 meter in the previous one?
I don't.
No fence in the last one.
There was no fence in the last one.
There was no fence, but there is a fence constructed around the property.
There's now a chain link fence that fits the height requirements, but there was no variation for fence height.
Okay, thank you, Your Worship. So with that said, I have trouble approving this on the merit of the fence. I take it being in a residential area to throw a 6-foot fence in front of a property. I don't know if it really meets what our development plan is in and around that area, because I trust that the other lots to the, I don't know if that's east-west or north-south, can't really know the direction of the city, are residential lots where a house would be built. To put a 6-foot fence in front of that, I think would not be appropriate unless I heard from the applicant as to exactly the reasons why they want a 6-foot fence. So at this point, I won't be supporting the motion, but after I hear anything differently, I'm hoping maybe I can amend the motion.
Yeah, one of my questions for the applicant would have been if it was going to be a chain link fence in the front like the neighbor is, right? But it doesn't indicate that. And just for clarification, the previous applicant was going to build a 16-foot structure. This is a 19-foot structure.
Okay, thank you for the clarification.
Yeah. Councillor, no, SB, sorry.
Thank you, Your Worship. I'm just going to ask a couple of questions of operations through Your Worship, if I could do that. Basically, just from some clarification on the challenges of building a dwelling on Henderson Drive regarding sewer and water, and why we will most likely never see that happen in that area.
Ms. Lequi-Jobin, would you like to answer those questions?
Yes, so there is no sewer and water lines that are in close proximity to this property. There have been a number of developers in the past that were interested in putting them in, but when cost estimates came out, it was found to be not really doable. You would need to get all of the property owners on that street to all agree to do it to share the cost, and that is a challenge in that location for sure.
Thank you. Councillor Massey?
Thank you, Your Worship. Question to Mr. Gessel. I just want to be clear about this. It mentions public notices have been sent to all property owners within the 100-meter radius. Normally after that you'd say there are no concerns, like the city departments. Are there a possibility there may be some concerns yet? I don't know the timing of when this went out and all that, but I just want to be clear, what does that statement specifically mean, that there are no concerns?
As of right now, at this time of night, there has been no concerns received from us. Notices go out 2 weeks previous, before council meetings. Like, they received notices 2 weeks before, so we actually issued them ahead of time. I did have one email inquiry, but it was about the other structure, not this one, as they were confused, but that's been resolved. There's no concerns from that person, and we haven't heard anything further from the 100-meter radius.
Councillor Meyer?
Thank you, Your Worship. I do know of the applicant, and I do know of the reputation, and there's a solid reputation behind this applicant. But that said, I'm not comfortable approving this until I hear a bit more and see more plans. I would like to see if council would be okay with us, am I getting this right, tabling motion? I would like to maybe give the applicant a chance to come and explain and tell us exactly what he's doing in that area. If we could do that till the next, am I saying the right, is it table? I know I got to get a seconder and everybody to approve it yet, and you may not, but.
So, yeah, here's the problem is we would have to, because the public hearing is closed, so that the applicant couldn't come speak now, right? Because it's with.
We did the motion to close it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So on that merit, then, I will not be supporting this motion, and the applicant is free to reapply. Thank you, Worship.
Yep. Yep. Anything else, Council? Councillor Espy?
Thank you, Worship. I will be supporting the motion just because I know the area. This is basically the same thing that another property owner has done already, and it's a good use of the property, in my opinion.
Thank you. My comment isn't about whether I'm supporting it or not, but my comment is to the planning district, please have applicants come to this meeting. There's 3 names on this application, and somebody could have answered questions for us, because I definitely had some questions that needed to be answered. Yeah, that's my big one. Okay, if nothing else, all those in favor? Opposed? And that is carried. Okay, Finance, Legislative, and Property Committee, Councillor Massey.
Thank you, Worship. Finance, Legislative, and Property Committee has no report.
City Planning and Economic Development Committee, Councillor Meyer.
Thank you. City Planning and Economic Development Committee has nothing to report at this point in the meeting.
Thank you. Community Services Committee, Councillor Espy.
Thank you, Worship. The Community Services Committee has nothing to report.
Thank you. Waterworks Committee, Councillor Nichols.
Thank you, Your Worship. Waterworks Committee has nothing to report.
Thank you. Transportation Committee, Councillor Porter.
Thank you, Your Worship. Transportation has nothing to report.
Thank you. Public Safety Committee, Councillor Doyle.
Thank you, Your Worship. Public Safety Committee has no report.
Thank you. We have no items of deferred business. We'll move right into new business, rescheduling of the 2025 annual tax sale. Councillor Massey.
Thank you, Your Worship and colleagues. This evening, we are to set a new date for the 2025 annual tax sale for real property. This is in regard to 2023 property taxes following the adjournment of the previously scheduled date. You may recall on September 10th, 2025, Council adjourned the tax sale scheduled on September 15th, 2025, as permitted under Section 369(1)(c) of the Municipal Act, with the new date to be determined at a subsequent meeting. The Municipal Act requires any rescheduled tax sale date be at least 14 days after the original date. Administration recommends rescheduling the 2025 tax sale for October 15th, 2025, which is more than 14 days required under the Municipal Act and allows sufficient time for notification and preparation. The recommendation, and I would move that the City of Portage la Prairie adjourn the tax sale previously scheduled for September 15th, 2025 to October 15th, 2025. And be it further resolved that pursuant to Section 369(2), a notice of the adjournment be posted in the municipal office.
Moved by Councillor Massey, seconded by Councillor Meyer. Any questions or comments from council? All those in favor? And that is carried. Next item of new business, July building reports. Councillor Meyer.
Thank you, Your Worship. And again, I know I've said this for 7 years straight. This really is my favorite part of any council meeting. As a result, it relates specifically to the investment made not only within our community, but of course within the region. I'm going to just skip over July's, just so I can read, because I really refer to the totals and the year-to-date totals. So you're free to have a look through that. If you've got any questions on it, certainly let me know. Am I able just to move now to the next one, or?
I'm going to announce your next item
Okay.
of new business, your
Okay.
August building reports.
Got it.
Councillor Meyer.
Thank you, Your Worship. So August, year to date, I just want to kind of point out a couple of things. As we know, every report tells a story, and this is very similar to July. It does show you where some of the increases are and maybe possibly some of the decreases, but I just want to reassure council, not reassure council, but reassure council that the pattern is still going forward. We did expect, obviously, the value of the permits to be down significantly year over year. The permits are down a number, but that's obviously because some of the major projects that have been in the planning for the last number of years are nearing completion, which is really another positive as well. Some of the real quick highlights, you're going to see that new single permits are up. So obviously there's some single family dwellings that are being invested in. Maybe new double, new multi are down, but compared to last year, but those are the buildings that are going to be coming online relatively soon. Repair is significant. It is down from last year. Again, there's only so many homes to repair within this community, so it does still show that people are investing dollars back into their properties, and that's obviously a positive note. On commercial side, follows the same pattern. You're going to see a little bit of new, and it may be down because, again, majority of those projects have already been, permits have been recognized in the past, and they're nearing completion as well. Industrial, same scenario. Institutional, we know, of course, the hospital will be close to completion soon, and majority of those permits and dollars were related specifically to the institution. I'm not going to comment on farm buildings, but because that's in the RM, but obviously they are moving forward as well, and you start to see some of the, what I call a bit of the cottage industry for RTMs, not cottages in a cottage, but as in the RTMs, you're going to start to see that those are still being built to move as well, and then the moving is related to that. So in a nutshell, 224 permits last year for 317 million. This year we are at 169 for 18 million. But I just want to again reassure council the pattern is moving along the same way. So once again, congratulations to the planning district. Even though these permits are already pulled, believe me, they got a lot of work on their desk right now, and they're doing a really good job in combination with their economic development department. So that's my report, unless you have any questions.
Any questions?
Did I tell you I like these reports?
Yeah.
Thank you, Your Worship.
Thank you. Next item of new business, the award the tender for the supply of one vacuum truck. Councillor Nichols.
Thank you, Your Worship. Colleagues, in front of you, Waterworks Committee is this evening we were working towards award of the supply of a vacuum truck, unit -25 OPS 033. And it's the administrative recommendation to award the tender for the supply of a vacuum truck unit to the company with the highest points as per the city's procurement policy. So to give you some background, the tender was advertised on the city website, as well as Merck's 10 companies were sent tenders and 2 bids were received. One of the 2 bids, unfortunately, did not meet specifications in their tender document. The tender meeting specification provided 2-year warranty options that are listed below. The extended warranty option includes an additional 2 years of engine and after treatment warranty. The tender closed September 9th, 2025. The submitted tender was evaluated and the bid prices and points were awarded as follows. The company is Maxim Truck and Trailer Incorporated, and this is on the base warranty piece. Their bid price was $260,657.60. Net of GST was $249,021.10, and the total points on that was 90.31. Now, the other piece, the tender piece was for the extended warranty, and Maxim Truck and Trailer Incorporated for their extended warranty price was $263,778.48, but total net of GST $252,002.65 with a total points awarded of 90.31. Give you a little background. The vacuum truck will be used to replace the 2025 Kenworth T480 vacuum truck, which was purchased March 26, 2024. And the said 2025 Kenworth vacuum truck was damaged in a motor vehicle accident on May 27, 2025. And I'm sure we recall that. The city of Portage la Prairie received a total value settlement of $242,660.40 from Manitoba Public Insurance for the damaged vehicle. As the 2025 Kenworth was damaged beyond repair, no trade-in option was considered. Maxim's delivery date for the new unit is 20 weeks from the date of award. Points were awarded based on price and sustainability criteria. Sustainability criteria. Both warranty options were reviewed for price and total benefit to the city of Portage la Prairie. Maxim Truck and Trailer had the lowest price and the highest total points. The bid price on this unit came in at $252,002.65 net of GST. The replacement of this truck was not budgeted in 2025, for your information. As such, the total offset difference of $21,118.08 for the purchase would be funded by the 2025 utility operating budget. Alternatives, we can award the tender to Maximum Truck and Trailer or any other direction that council may provide. So it's the administrative recommendation. I so move that the council of the city of Portage la Prairie award the tender for the supply of one vacuum truck as specified in tender 25 OPS 033 to Maximum Truck and Trailer for the tender price of $252,002.65 net of GST, which includes the extended warranty option. And I so move.
Moved by Councillor Nichols, seconded by Councillor Porter. Any questions or comments? Councillor Meyer.
Thank you, Worship. Just a question, clarification. I have no concerns. But is this a 2026 model?
Is this a 2026 model? Who would know? Would Miss LaQuee Jobin?
It could be. It will be a brand new vehicle. We won't really know for sure until we find out the delivery date and all that kind of stuff. It probably will be a 2026. But for our purposes, as long as it's brand new, we don't care too much about the year on it.
Thank you, Your Worship. But just to clarify, the only reason I was asking the year was the insurance settlement. Typically is of like kind of quality. So I'm just wondering, and I don't need to know the answer, I'm good with it, is why the new one, if you're replacing it with exactly the same model, was another $21,000. So.
You're good? Okay. No other questions? All those in favor? And that is carried. We have no items of old business, so we will adjourn council at 6:33 p.m. and move right into committee. Call committee to order at 6:33 p.m. Finance, Legislative, and Property Committee, Councillor Massey.
Thank you, Your Worship. Finance, Legislative, and Property Committee has no report.
Thank you. City Planning and Economic Development Committee, Councillor Meyer.
Thank you, Your Worship. The City Planning and Economic Development Committee has nothing on the agenda, but if I may, I would like to just kind of not expand on the building reports, but just talk about permits real quick. What happens in some cases is that we do some renovations, and we do notice that over the last year specifically, repairs to whether it be residential, commercial, industrial, or institutional properties. And we love to see that, don't get me wrong. Sometimes people are a little bit confused. What do I or don't need a permit for? If you actually go to the city website, and which will take you to the planning district website, which will actually show you what you should or shouldn't get for a permit depending on the project that you're doing. But I just want to leave it with this, two things. One is that regardless of the project, just make a quick phone call to the planning district. Just ask them to clarify what your project is. We've already talked about talking to your neighbors and so on, and I trust that people are doing that to eliminate any future problems. But they'll tell you, and they do a great job and get back to you right away, whether or not a permit is what's needed. Because at the end of the day, the beg forgiveness and ask permission story sometimes doesn't hold up. And we've had risk of, right around this council table sometimes, of I don't want to say forcing somebody in a penal situation to remove what they built because it was maybe not built to standard, didn't have a permit. A lot easier if you just really, that's what I'm hoping the media picks up on it as well. It just really gets the message out there that a lot of time, a lot of headache, and a lot of hassle can be saved by a 30-second phone call to the planning district, and they'll walk you through the process right from A to Z. So thank you for that, Your Worship. I just want everybody to understand that.
Thank you. Good message. Okay. Community Services Committee, Councillor SB.
Thank you, Your Worship. I have a few items to talk about tonight. The first one being last council meeting, or last committee meeting rather, you will remember that I announced the unveiling of the accessible swing coming up at Island Park. We had a rain delay, so that is now happening this Thursday at 5:30 p.m. So please come out and check that out if you have not already. Also, Orange Shirt Day is on September 30th. The event will begin at City Hall at 9 a.m., finishing at the National Indigenous Residential School Museum. We encourage everyone to wear an orange shirt and show solidarity and raise awareness of the impact of residential schools.
Yeah. Can I just add to that? It's a very exciting day in our community because Phyllis Webstad, who is the founder of Orange Shirt Day, is speaking at Nursem that day. So I encourage everyone to go and listen to her.
And next up, through your worship, of course, I would like to call upon Executive Director Mary Kozar to give us some information.
Did I give it away? Is that what you're going to say?
No.
Okay.
We have a very new, exciting partnership that we've set up with the Portage la Prairie School Division and the University of Winnipeg. So we work very closely with our partners, and we know that we have a shortage of trained teachers in our city. So we've approached a couple universities, and U of W was interested in partnering and offering training locally in Portage la Prairie to offer the full 5-year integrated B.Ed program. So we will have courses being offered starting in January, and the U of W is coming out October 2nd at 5 p.m. at the Portage la Prairie Regional Library multipurpose room to tell us all about it and all the details about applying and how it will work. So we encourage you to let anybody know who's interested in pursuing becoming a teacher to attend. Even if they have 10 classes already, even if they have a degree already, the U of W is really easy to work with and is committed to making this partnership work.
That's very exciting news. Huge.
Yeah, that is very huge. And last but not least, of course, I'd like to call upon Councillor Massey.
Thank you, Councillor Espy, and your worship. Just a few things that I attend on behalf of Mayor and Council. I always like to highlight these of the great work in our community. On September 14th, I brought greetings to the 45th Terry Fox Run on the island. Of course, for funds raised for awareness and cancer research. It was, of course, everybody, Terry Fox is an icon in Canadian, as a Canadian hero, and it was great to see a good attendance by our citizens. Thanks to Councillor Porter for attending as well. She beat me in the walk, I think. She was a lot more fit than I was, but it was great to walk with her. Thanks to Diane Wing, the organizer, and many other volunteers. It's great that Terry Fox said before he passed away, I want to see this walk continue, whether I'm here or not, and it has in Portage la Prairie. They raised $2,815. The goal was $1,500, and we had two of our residents. I actually thought it was just the one, but Mo McLeod and Mr. Nickel, I believe, have run all 45 races in Portage from day one. Isn't that amazing dedication to our community? And of course, cancer touches us all, and just a great day to support one another. The walk, the raising of the money, it was just a great atmosphere. A lot of mosquitoes, but a small problem when you're looking at what the cause is. So that was a nice one to do. I felt that was very good to be there on that one. September 15th, I participated with Mayor Knox in our Rail Safety Week, a very important event. Again, we have lots of railways in Portage. The mayor did a proclamation and just sending the message that be careful around railways. We've had incidents here in Portage, and we want to make sure our citizens are safe all the way around it. So it was a great event to be there.
And just to clarify to the community, we did not plan our purple outfits for that Rail Safety Day. Had lots of chatter of people asking.
Oh my God.
So.
Yes, we were wearing purple for another reason, but yes, it looked in the picture very much we were matching ourselves. Okay. Thank you for clearing that, Your Worship.
Yeah, I know. It's people wanted to know.
Yeah, I'll stop there. The same day, along with Councillor Nichols, we attended the annual meeting of the Family Resource Center. And it was really great to be there, see the amazing work they do for our families. And one of the things I think both Councillor Nichols and I learned, it's really not an income-based service. It's open to families. And I think that's a misconception. It's only for families maybe with lower incomes. It's for all families and the work they do. So it was great to talk to the staff there and their board members. So thank you, Councillor Nichols, also for attending. September 17th, brought greetings at a session put on by Anti-Racism in Sport at the Stride Center. It was a great session. I really learned a lot. They showed a documentary on some of the challenges in sports still with racism, you know, people being called names, and they had a panel there. It was organized by Don Bodie from the Mansco here in Portage, the immigration organization. But I certainly learned a lot, and thank you to Councillor Meyer for attending as well with me there. And I think he enjoyed it as well, watching that documentary, how bad it is sometimes in sports that we have these horrible incidents of racism. So it was good for us to hear that. I sent the message, and I know Councillor Meyer did, that that's just not acceptable in our community, and it's not something we welcome everybody in our community. So thank you, Councillor Meyer, for being there. And the last one I attended with Councillor Porter. I wasn't sure if others were there, but we did attend another great organization, Open House, Big Brothers and Big Sisters Open House. They, I think it was their 30th anniversary, is that what I heard, as an organization? Well, anyway, they've been around a long time, and the executive director, Don Fraze, has been there a long time, and we got chatting with a woman who'd been one of the original Big Sisters in our community. And just the story she told of the impact she had on a young girl who she became a Big Sister for, who's now today a successful person and doing lots of good things, raising her own family. So it just shows you the power of that organization, to be able to have someone to be a role model with. So I was pleased to attend those, and once again, I continue to be amazed at our community and the people and the strength of what goes on in our community. So thank you, Your Worship.
Thank you. I thought he was going to bring it up, so I'll bring it up. But we attended the fundraising farm to table for the Fort event at the Fort Lorraine Museum last week. I don't know what day. What an amazing event. It was their first one that they put on, and it was a lovely evening there. They raised lots of money to rebuild the fort, I think around $60,000 all in since their fundraising efforts started. Lots of things happening at that location, and I just hope that it continues, but it was lovely, and I know Councillor Nichols sits on that board and represents us well, so I congratulate them. Awesome. Okay. Waterworks Committee, Councillor Nichols.
Thank you, Your Worship. Waterworks Committee has nothing for committee.
Transportation Committee, Councillor Porter.
Thank you, Worship. What I have in front of me is a report to Council, and this is for information only. And it will be coming to Council next week for discussion and a resolution. It is the Crescent Lake update, and we're here to, the issue will be to consider options, that are being considered for vegetation control for the Crescent Lake. So the background behind this is due to the province of Manitoba and Fisheries and Oceans Canada placing restrictions on herbicide used in water bodies. Administration has been investigating alternatives for vegetation control in the Crescent Lake. A summary of the options being considered as well as budgetary estimates are below. Pricing is based on the vegetation removal in the areas where reward herbicide was previously sprayed. So there's three options we're going to be looking at, and the first one is the purchase of harvesters. So based on the work that has been done this summer, it is anticipated.
Congratulations to the city of Portage la Prairie.
It sounded familiar. Based on the work that was done this summer, it is anticipated that 2 new machines would be needed, and these machines would need to run for approximately 8 weeks, though this would vary by year. An additional seasonal employee would be required, as well as a rental of an excavator and truck for approximately 80 hours. The cost to the purchase of machines would be approximately $480,000, and the yearly operating cost would be approximately $80,000. This would include an additional seasonal employee in the public works, as well as equipment rentals for loading and hauling of plant material. These machines could also be used to clear other waterways in the city. The estimated budgetary impact of these additional operating costs is projected to result in a tax increase for homeowners of approximately 0.42% based on the 2026 preliminary fall assessment. For a residential property assessed at $250,000, this equates to an estimated annual increase of $9.50. So there's a second option that we can look at. It's a harvesting contractor, and based on the prices from this year, where a smaller area was cleared, the cost would be approximately $300,000 a year to do the full area. And then there is a third option, which is the nutrient removal. And there's a couple different ways to remove nutrients. This method has the added benefit of also substantially reducing algae. Lake Water Nutrient Capture Limited has proposed doing a trial where they would remove a large portion of the nutrients in the lake using proprietary system. Their proposal was $150,000 for the first year, which would be half of the regular price. Pricing was also received from another company for biological control, but the cost to treat the entire area would make this method infeasible. So those are our three options that we're going to be looking at, and it's going to come to council in September, and so there'll be more discussion on that, and hopefully we'll have a resolution.
Yeah.
And at this point time, I would like to thank our Director of Operations, Jocelyn Lequi-Jobin. What a wonderful job. Thank you for all that hard work. This has been an ongoing effort for you, and I know you're pulling your hair out over this, and a lot of pressure on the weather and the smell, and finally getting it cleared up, but not enough rain, no water. And so I just want to thank you for all your hard work. And so that's the end of my report, and it is for information only.
Thank you. And it'll come to our October 14th meeting.
Oh, sorry, did I say September?
That's okay.
Okay, thank you.
Councillor Massey?
Yeah, I just want to give staff heads up for next when we do deal with this. Just a figure as this is being mandated on us. This is all coming from federal and provincial governments, but what the dollar amount of chemicals that we use in the past was for this work that we used to do with just chemicals. I'd like to know what that figure is. So I'm just giving notice so when we deal with it at council, we can have, whether it's in the report, but I will be asking that at that time.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you. Public Safety Committee, Councillor Doyle.
Thank you, Your Worship. Public Safety Committee has no report this evening, but I would like to thank Councillor Massey for filling in for me for the proclamation of Rail Safety Week. I set a line a few years back when I did my first Rail Safety Week that has kind of haunted me ever since, and I just wanted the opportunity to say it again here. Trains are big and they're dangerous, so thank you, Councillor Massey, for letting everyone know with the proclamation.
Thank you.
I have nothing else to report.
Perfect. Thank you. And just before we close, you can see we have an empty seat at our table. We are on the hunt for a new youth counselor. There is information that's gone out to the community as well. This year new, the application is available on our website, an easy to fill out application for any student under the age of 18 in the city of Portage la Prairie. So we're excited to see who will fill that seat for this year. If nothing else, we will adjourn. Thank you, everyone.